I believe the topic you picked up is exciting. It's very interesting. It's very relevant in the current context of the Indian ecosystem. The role that analytics plays is multidimensional, and more so from the industry that I belong to, it has wide-reaching impact from a consumer standpoint, from an advertising standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a process standpoint, from an efficiency standpoint, and I believe there is enough and more we can learn from this and contribute to make significant changes in what we do. Analytics adoption, I think it's varying from the various stages that various firms are at, depending upon the sector you belong to, depending upon what life stage you are in, depending upon what role does analytics play within an organization. It's a multi-layer thing that you can observe. But having said so, broadly, if you were to look at it a very broad brush, there is a lot of acceptance around analytics. There is a lot of focus on how data can drive decision making. But all that with the objective in place. It has to really translate into bottom line. It has to really translate into bang for the buck. It has to really translate into product efficiencies, process efficiencies, or some kind of a direct impact that helps the organization grow. For the sake of doing analytics, I think those days are passé. That wouldn't work. So media industry, again, as I said, it's in multi levels. There are ways that media industries are using it, and it's getting adopted in its true sense from either the monetization standpoint, which is the core of it, on how do we really leverage our consumer insights a lot better to give targeted solutions to our customers, and what should they be priced at, how do we price them, or is it about getting the right kind of audiences in place, is it about understanding the right kind of content that we can generate. So while not so much on the content side so far, but more on the monetization standpoint and more in the sense of enablement rather than decision making is what we are working towards at HT. So that's the broad rule of thumb that we can say it is. Challenges in analytics are abundant. The first and foremost obviously is about the quality of data that we get. Imagine an organization with about, let's say, 1,000 workforce. Somebody noting data on Excel files, somebody having it in Notepad, somebody having it in some sort of software, somebody having it on their phones. All this needs to come together to make some relevant size and shape. So that single source of truth of data, I think, is one of the largest challenges. The second thing is about how it gets adopted, and so it's about building that kind of an ecosystem where it is seen more like enablement, more like helping my cause rather than telling me what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the second thing. The third is getting the right set of skills for doing an analytics role. Pure data scientist is fine, that's an important skill, but more so in the current context, the data scientist needs to understand business very well. He has to be more of a business guy who does data as well, and not the other way around. So getting this kind of skills in itself is a bit of a challenge. And fourth and most importantly, I would say, is the ROI for it. We just can't do data for the heck of it. We can't do machine learning because it feels like a fancy word and the cool thing to do. It has to really translate into bottom line. Each and every penny that is spent has to have a bang for the buck. It has to have an ROI, and that, I believe, is something that we as an industry need to continuously work towards driving. MachineCon, I believe, it's my first visit here. It's a great platform. The best part I liked about it was the kind of spread that you guys have been able to put together in terms of the experience, in terms of the range of industries, in terms of the kind of various levels and roles that people have been playing. So it's been a nice cross-pollination of ideas, and ideas beget ideas is what I generally believe in. So it's adding a lot to me as a person, to us as professionals, to us as industries, and I really see a lot more to extract in the next half a day that I have here.